What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Robert Serrano Jr., natural born thriller. Welcome everyone to WWE NXT UK review with two episodes to review on, two shows from December 20. Now I'm already botching. December 12th, 2018. There we go. So yeah, and I apologize for not giving these reviews. You know, at the time that I shouldn't have been up. Just say what pertains to the WWE 205 Live review and then the NXT review, and I still haven't got a chance to upload the Impact Wrestling review yet, where it pertains to the last week of it, but hopefully that will change as the time comes by. So the first NXT review I'm gonna go through is the one from episode 15 from December 12th, 2018. First of all, they did some highlights where it pertains to introducing the NXT UK Tag Team Championships and those belts that they presented. Holy shit, that blows away the current main roster WWE Tag Team Championship belts that they got from Raw and SmackDown. If you guys take a look at that belt, how that looks where it pertains to the NXT UK Tag Team Championships, holy shit, that looks incredible. Wow, that look like a real tag team championship belt there, and it was done right too. If you make the belts look apart, if you make the belts look like a true championship, people will love it more. And I just love how it looks. And all I could do now is wait to see how they present the NXT Tag Team Championship tournament, or the NXT UK Tag Team Championship tournament. So I can't wait to see how that turns out. And as it goes by, also we get on to the opening match of NXT UK, which is Flash Morgan Webster. Before the match, Mark Andrews, they're gonna be tag team partners where it pertains to the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. And basically, Mark Andrews gives him advice to where it pertains to him facing Fabian Aichner. So speaking of which, we get Flash Morgan Webster versus Fabian Aichner. Excuse me, I was gonna say Abian Aichner. Match itself was pretty decent at first. Mark Andrews comes out when Flash Morgan Webster was gonna be treated the same way that Mark Andrews was from Fabian Aichner's last match. And so the and then minutes went by and the match still went on. And then also we get to the end of it where Fabian Aichner was so focused on Mark Andrews that Flash Morgan Webster ends up picking up a victory over Fabian Aichner with a fluke or an upset in a way, because that's how Fabian Aichner was gonna sell it as too. So yeah, so Flash Morgan Webster wins the match here. Next we get to Ramsey, who interviews Mary Jordan. Mary Jordan talks about being on NXT UK, talking about he's partnered with Kenny Williams, and he's basically excited and he wants to dance and everything. He talks about they get an opportunity to face Zach Gibson and James Drake, and also again more attention on the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Also, he's getting ready to start dancing. And he tells Ramsey to start dancing, and then Ramsey started doing the shoulder thing, trying to do like the Michael Jackson type of way. Like how Mike from Thriller. I actually did the wrong way, by the way, so I had to correct myself there. But anyways, so then Kenny Williams shows up and says we have to be serious. We need have luck on our side. We got to be lucky on the face. We gotta have luck. We need to be lucky this time and all that. And that's what it was. He wants this to be more serious and all that. So next we get to Gaullist, which is the Coffee Brothers and Wolfgang. Basically, they talk about Trent Seven, about what pertains to Joe Coffey versus Trent Seven later on. It doesn't say about it. Then we get to Isla Dawn versus Killer Kelly. Match itself pretty good. In the end, Isla Dawn ends up winning the match. Next week, get after the match. I didn't mention this. After the match, Ramsey interviews Isla Dawn, and Isla Dawn's eyes is on the NXT UK Women's Championship. So then also Rhea Ripley comes out. She just stands on stage, and then all of a sudden, Isla Dawn tells her, if you're confident enough, put your title on the line, all that, and basically, and when you do, you're going to be walking empty-handed. When she basically when she becomes the new NXT UK Women's Champion. So there you go. And the match hasn't been made yet until we get to the next episode of NXT UK, and we'll get to that later. Then we get to Dave Mastiff. He's being interviewed by reporters about of his impressive undefeated streak in NXT UK, and then he talks about how he wants championship gold. Also, we see someone from the background walking down, and it was Eddie Dennis. Eddie Dennis interrupted the interview by saying, he's on that you're not the only undefeated monster, and he thinks that Dave Mastiff is a so-called undefeated monster when Eddie Dennis is undefeated and he's on the in a way he claims himself the undefeated monster, and he says that saying that you're not the only undefeated guy here, you're not the only undefeated guy here, And basically, Dave Mastiff is to challenge him. They said, so how's about we fight and see who's truly the undefeated monster, the undefeated guy, and basically the whole thing is that they're going to be one undefeated monster, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that on we'll get to one that when I get to it. But it was but the challenge was booked by NXT UK General Manager Johnny Saint. Excuse me. Then we get to the tag team match. We get Kenny Williams and Armia Jordan versus James Drake and Zach Gibson. Match itself was decent, but Zach Gibson ends up going over ends up pinning Kenny Williams in the match. So basically, James Drake and Zach Gibson wins the tag team match. And the match itself, I thought it was pretty decent. Nothing to say about the match. But there was less dancing in the match though. And Armia Jordan was serious in the match, but in the end, it was Kenny Williams who ends up losing the match for his team. So Trent Seven, he was warmed up for his match, and then we see Tyler Bate with him there, and he says to him that once you take care of Joe Coffey, we can go focus on the NXT Tag Team Championships. The NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Yeah, after that's all over basically. So there you go. And we get to the main event: Joe Coffey versus Trent Seven. You got Wolfgang and Mark Coffey from Gaullist at ringside, and then you got Trent Seven who has Tyler Bate at ringside. Basically one half of Mustache Mountain. So the match happens. It ends up starting up pretty good. Also we get some outside brawl, sort of. But actually, it was going to start. It looked like it was about to start in the ring, but then all of a sudden, Tyler Bate ends up, getting in the ring because the Coffee Bird was trying to, basically, Gaullist was trying to get into the ring, all three of them basically. And then in the end, Tyler Bate is brawling with Wolfgang and Mark Coffey to always to the back, which led to for the finishing touch of the match of Joe Coffey and Trent Seven. And Trent Seven's match was favoring his knee injury, and match itself was pretty damn good. It started a little rough at first, but then also it started picking up, especially when it pertains to the brawl outside, and then that almost happened inside the ring, and then also it started picking up, and it's been pretty good from there. And then in the end, Joe Coffey ends up winning the match against Trent Seven, and there you go. That was next, and that's how the show ended. There was no attack after that. There was nothing happened after the match other than Joe Coffey celebrating in the ring, proving that that NXT UK is their kingdom because they're Gaullist. And there you go. So Tomorrow Wrestling for episode 15 for NXT UK. Let's see. 4 matches. My overall scoring for the show, I'm gonna go. See here before. Okay, I'm gonna go 6.5 out of 10 for episode 15 for NXT UK for this WWE NXT UK review. Now we move on to NXT UK episode 16 from December 12th, 2018. And I don't think I mentioned this from the beginning when I did the opening about the commentators. From your main commentators for NXT UK are Vic Joseph and Nigel McGuinness. So the opening show, we see Eddie Dennis and Dave Mastiff. I think they did a split screen to show them warming up for the main event match, and I'll get to more of that later. Ashton Smith and Ligero teamed up for the first time versus Mark Coffey and Wolfgang from Gaulless. Match itself, pretty decent. In the end, Mark Coffey pins Ashton Smith and gets away for his respective team. I guess Mark Coffey and Wolfgang are going to be tag team partners, and I think they're going to be focused on the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. I mean, it'll make sense, based on them being on tag team partners. And then you got Joe Coffey, who's he has his sights set on something else that's different, and we'll get to more of that later. We get Johnny Saint and Sid Scala. They're both with Ashley, are in the room. Well, I won't say in the room, but backstage somewhere. With the NXT Women's Champion. I mean the NXT UK Women's Champion, Rhea Ripley, and the challenger Isla Dawn. So basically, this whole thing on the day is to make us to make this match confirm that it's going to happen on the next episode of NXT UK, which is going to be episode 17. And I can't wait to see that match, folks, between Rhea Ripley defending her NXT UK Women's Championship against Isla Dawn. And they had a stare down, and then that was it. They ended from there, and that match is all set up. And I cannot wait to see how that match. Cannot wait to see that matchup between those two. I don't think I've seen them wrestle before. If I have, I probably don't remember, but I can't wait to see how they wrestle. And I'm very excited to see how they can pull off in the ring. We get Ramsey. He interviews Gaulless, which is the Coffey Brothers and Wolfgang, and basically it talks about how are they trying to impress Johnny Saint in a way, and it talks about how they basically were being nasty to Ramsey and all that, pertains to them being heels, and at the same time they were also saying how dominant they are, and saying that they're the teams to beat, which is true. They are the teams to beat so far NXT. And then you have Joe Coffey. Basically, Joe Coffey was doing all the talking. He's the leader of Gaulless, and basically he name drops the NXT UK champion himself, Pete Dunne. So basically, Joe Coffey, he's got his sights set on the NXT UK championship, and Pete Dunne is the guy to go after for that title. And he talks about how that Gaulless, that's the faction's name. They're gonna take everything what pertains to NXT UK, and basically Joe Coffey says that he's gonna rip the title off of Pete Dunne, but first they're gonna have the sights on taking care of this unfinished business with Travis Banks, and basically the Kiwi Buzzsaw. That's his nickname. And there you go. And then you have Ramsey, looking, a little intimidating. That Gaulless, giving that look and everything. So yeah, I thought it was nice, a nice touch there too, by the way. Next we get to Zach Stars versus Joseph Connors. And Joseph Connors in the match, basically it was a showcase for him. They pushed him very heavily as a singles wrestler, and he doesn't win the match. That doesn't say about the match. Then he did pretty well. Still not into him that much. I'm still need to watch his matches. Matches from outside of the of WWE to see what is it with this guy that they see money some money values in him. But we'll see. But yeah, but again, when I do get the opportunity to watch his matches outside WWE, I'll give you my my full my full uh analysis of Joseph Connors. I mean, he's alright in the ring. But again, I gotta see a list of wrestlers that he's been in the ring with. I'm not gonna watch a lot of those matches, but just a few, just to have a change of opinion about him. But other than that, nothing else to say about this match. Other than it was once again another showcase for Joseph Connors, and also it was a dominant faction too. By the way, not saying that Jack Stars didn't have any upset in the didn't have any offense in the match. Um, but either way, it didn't matter because Joseph Connors is the one that they're heavy pushing right now. We get Ramsey interviewing Sai Saya Brookside, excuse me. Yeah, so Saya Brookside is talking about she's gonna wrestle against Jenny, and Jenny walks up. They have a stare down. Jenny didn't say anything. She just looked at her like this is who I'm wrestling. Because Saya Brookside is is a rookie obviously, and she's only 19 years old, and Jenny, I don't remember how old she is. I think she's in her 20s. Um, but yeah, either way, saying he's not impressed basically of Saya Brookside. I mean, she should be impressed because a second she's a second generation star in wrestling right now. Pertains to her father. So also we get a field package of Tyson T-Bone, and along with him, he basically says something about he found someone, and he talks about and he was shown in the field package. It was Saxon Hughley, who was a former tag team partner of Joseph Connors, and now they're tag team partners, and they have their sights on the NXT UK tag team championships. There you go. Then we get to Jenny versus Saya Brookside. Match itself, it was pretty decent. Saya Brookside, I like Saya Brookside's in ring work, and I like her psychology too. Where at one point she was selling the back injury by the hands of Jenny. Saya Brookside knows how to do some good in ring psychology. Even when she had some offense, she was still showing some in ring psychology. Since her back was was not in a good shape, which I liked that. Um, and also she tried to go for a submission move. That's something to do with to lifting her up, and all of a sudden, her back gave out, and then Jenny took advantage of it, and then she ends up winning the match. Basically took it as an opportunity to put away Saya Brookside, and she ends up winning the match. So yeah, so another loss for Saya Brookside. I think they bring her up to be an underdog on NXT UK. And Saya Brookside, I see some potential in her. I see some talent in her, and it was proven against Jenny Brookside. I mean, I meant Jenny, not Jenny Brookside. Saya is Brookside. Sorry about that. But yeah, again, another good showing for Saya Brookside. Hopefully, something will turn around for her. I'm not saying that I'm not saying she hasn't won a match on NXT UK. She has won a match, but it was a tag team match. But I would love to see her win a main event, a one-on-one match. For once. But when it's gonna happen, I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. I think she's gonna be like how Sami Zayn was, but from NXT. Where she's gonna be, she's trying to struggle to get these big wins, to win the big win and all that. but she can't. But she won't. She's gonna. But she's gonna come up short. Um, and then basically the same thing they're doing with Mustafa Ali too, by the way. But the difference was with Mustafa Ali, he always wins his matches. But where pertains to going to the championship, he ends up coming short. So we'll see what they'll do with Cyborg's side for this one. Next we get to Dave Mastiff. Basically saw highlights of him, of his dominance and him being undefeated. And there you go. Then we get to. So we get James Drake and Zach Gibson get into the ring. Zach Gibson cuts a promo, talk about how, what they can do as a tag team. And then they said that they want to go to the NXT UK Tag Team Championships. Basically they're going to say that they're going to be the first ever NXT UK Tag Team Champions. And that was it. So they came out there, they got in the ring, they cut a promo. Well, Zach Gibson cut a promo. And they said nothing important. Now we can move on. Then we see highlights of Eddie Dennis of his dominance on NXT UK. Then we get to the main event match itself. Dave Mastiff versus Eddie Dennis. Now here's the thing about this match. The match itself was good. I love the match. It was pretty good. My only nitpick with this one is that I wish they could have saved it for the first NXT UK takeover show, which I think is going to be in Blackpool or Liverpool, one of those two. But yeah, this match was so good they should have saved it for that takeover show that they're going to be planning on doing once we get to January. But they damage been done because they could have done this. They could have already done a very good build up between these two, what pertains to who they're going to be one undefeated monster on NXT UK. They could have went with that route. What pertains to the NXT for the takeover show. To their own takeover show. But they didn't do it. They didn't think of it, and now the damage has been done, unfortunately. But I still enjoyed the match though for what it was. The match was pretty good. But Dave Mastiff ends up winning the match against Eddie Dennis. Nothing else to say about the match other than I enjoyed it, and like I said, should have saved it for the first NXT UK takeover show, and that's my opinion. So talking about wrestling for NXT UK for episode 16. Four matches. My overall score for this show, I'm gonna go 7.5 out of 10. Namely because of that main event match, and also because of Cyborg's side about her good in-ring work and her good in-ring psychology. So, and that being said, thank you for watching. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Thriller. Please subscribe to me if you haven't done so right now. If you enjoyed this review, give it a thumbs up or give it a thumbs down, whichever you prefer. And that being said, y'all take care. I'll see y'all next time. But for now, peace on the streets until the next NXT UK review. Or should I say, 2 reviews of NXT UK for WWE. Take care.